What's up, everybody? So, today I'm going to share a 2-week update of the Skillshare challenge that I've been doing. And this has been amazing, guys. Like, there isn't any one project that I've worked on in the past couple years that has made me feel so freaking good. It is awesome. I get to learn, I get to make more content, I get to make courses. It's everything that I want in my life right now. And I feel so happy that I've been able to identify something and follow through with it, okay? So, for those of you who don't know what this is, I want to become a Skillshare instructor, and I moved to Nicaragua so that I can teach online. And before, I thought I was going to teach more on Udemy, but I'm really falling in love with Skillshare. Just the way that it works and the community, it's so freaking cool. So for 30 days, I am taking one Skillshare course per day and watching one YouTube video per day. And the reason that I'm doing this is because I want to be in the habit of creating courses. And I believe that in order to create good courses, you have to expose yourself to as many other people's courses as possible, right? So every day I watch one YouTube video from this list, and the YouTube video, the classification is that it's on YouTube and it has Skillshare in the title, right? So I just watch that, and then I take a course. And I picked the courses at random. Next time I'll be more specific about the subjects because, oh man, I've been able to do all these intro videos. And, oh, that's a separate thing. I don't want to get too sidetracked. But my point here is every day I'm exposing myself, taking a course and watching a YouTube video. And the YouTube videos, sometimes they're ads for Skillshare courses. Sometimes they're people complaining about Skillshare. Sometimes they're comparisons. It's everything, right? Literally anything to do with Skillshare. And so that's just the first part of the 30-day challenge. After that, I'm publishing one course per week, okay? So I have published my first 2 courses, and I've learned a loads about Skillshare, especially compared to 2 weeks ago when I first started, right? So I'm going to go over to my teacher stats and show you. So far, this is the first course I made, and it actually got banned, so this course doesn't exist. And the reason it got banned is because of the title. How to become a YouTuber and earn money from what you love. You can't talk about money in your titles of your Skillshare courses. Good to know. I learned that. Alright, so I redid the course, took out the emphasis on money, and then I just, yeah, there you go. That's what it is. So this is the first course, run a YouTube channel without editing. And there's 5 students, and people have watched 73 minutes. And then after that, there is a course about recording and live streaming. And there's 2 students, and people have watched 56 minutes, right? So what's interesting about this course is that right now there's only 9 visitors. And of those 9 visitors, 2 of them became students, which is really good. Whereas in this course, 120 visitors, and 5 of them became students, right? Like, way less engagement there. But, hey, I'm making courses, it's happening, so I'm excited. So what I want to share with you guys about this is what I'm learning about Skillshare as I'm going through. So essentially, the biggest takeaway and the biggest advice I can give you guys if you're interested in teaching on Skillshare is to participate in the discussions. So if you go to Skillshare and you've signed up for an account and everything, then they constantly have these workshops. And every month they have a teaching challenge, basically. So where's the March one? Oh, I'm already enrolled. So we can see March Teach Challenge. And so the way this works is that there's 30 days to publish a project, or a course. And if you publish the course, then you get a year of Skillshare for free. Woo! But the main benefit here is that this is an opportunity to connect with hundreds of other teachers. And so what I've been doing is every day I spend like 20-30 minutes and I read people's comments and then I respond. And I try and like identify like, okay, is there something productive I can say? If there's nothing productive I can say, then I just use general encouragement and welcome them to Skillshare, that kind of thing. Some people ask questions, but the act of participating in the community is hugely beneficial because like this course, for example, both of these students are other Skillshare instructors, and the only reason they know that this course exists is because I'm participating and answering people's questions, and then so they click on the profile, and then they see the courses. But so it's kind of like your participation is like advertisements for your course, even if you're not talking about your course, right? Like, I don't reference my course in all these comments. I just make sure that my name is recognized and that I get to know these new instructors, try and develop some relationships, ask questions, help them better articulate what they're working on, and really try and be involved in this community. Because I believe that this is the trick with Skillshare. There's two things, and obviously I don't have any success on Skillshare yet, right? I have 2 courses, but I just started like 2 weeks ago. So I am in no position to educate you guys from like a Skillshare master perspective. But I can share my current perspective. And in my current perspective, there are 2 major things that like level you up as a Skillshare instructor. So the first thing is really focusing on your project, right? So for example, if we go into, let's go into one of my classes real quick. We're going to go into the second class, the OBS class, right? This one. So the way that this class works is that you share as part of your project. What you do is first you just post with text, right? And what I did is I recorded a video for like assignment number 2. Here we go, assignment number 1. When this is playing, I literally recorded exactly what the student is going to do to share their assignment. Because when I first started using Skillshare, I was kind of intimidated by these projects and assignments because I didn't really understand, like, okay, they say to share it, but what does that mean? I don't know what sharing a project is. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. So I figured, well, in my courses, I want to make sure that I always include the literal video footage of scrolling down, copying the text, clicking create project, and telling the student what to do on this screen, telling them exactly what to type and what to answer, and then showing them how to publish their project. Because most Skillshare courses that I've taken do not do this. Most Skillshare courses that I've taken so far share one common mistake, and that is that the course is created, and then the instructor tries to think of a project after the fact, right? So you look in the project gallery of these courses, and it'll say something like, okay, now that you've done that, sorry, I'm changing the tabs too much. Now that you've done that, share a project of what you learned, right? And that's really super, super vague. Like this, for example, share with us who you are and what your creative business is about. This is good because it encourages sharing your project before you've finished anything. And that's something that Skillshare wants. Skillshare really likes it when there is engagement with your course. Okay, and one of the main ways that they look at engagement is to see how many people are participating in the project. So you have to create projects in a way where even if a student just starts the project, they're still able to share and have that project be created. Even though they didn't finish, that didn't matter because they started it. And that's going to be most students. So if you rely on somebody finishing your course and creating the full product that your course teaches, the vast majority of students are simply not going to be able to share that project because they're not going to do it. But if you create your project in a way where it's referenced regularly throughout your course and you show them exactly how to share it, and in the beginning of the project, all that they have to do is type on the keyboard and express themselves, develop an interest, right, and just show that commitment, that's going to be better, okay? So that's the first thing. The first thing I recommend is that you really take the project part of your course seriously, and as you take a Skillshare course, there should be references to the project throughout the course. You should be reminded about the project. You should be shown how to share the project. This should be part of your Skillshare course. Don't just make the course and then think about the project afterwards. While you're making the course, think about how to remind students to participate. Think about how to encourage them to participate, and think about ways to get them to participate without necessarily finishing their project, right? For example, the OBS course is about creating a live stream. So typically, the typical mistake that would be made with this course is that I would just make the course, and then the project would be to post a photo of your live stream. Well, obviously, very few people are actually going to participate in this because that's a lot of effort. That means they have to go through the whole course, set everything up, successfully do a live stream, and that's not going to be most people, right? However, by doing the project in this way, the first assignment is literally just some questions. It's 3 questions about what bitrate, resolution, and stream key is. And then the second assignment is literally just a screenshot of your internet speed, right? And because of this, like, I have 2 students, and one of them already posted a project, which is crazy. Like, if you look at most Skillshare courses, it's typical for a major course to have 1%, between 1 and 10% of their reviews to be posted projects. So if you have 100 reviews, you have maybe 1 project or 10 projects. It's super common to have courses with hundreds of students and not a single project participated in, right? So really, really focus on your projects, okay? That's my first takeaway from Skillshare, my biggest advice that I can give. And so the second biggest advice that I can give to any of you guys interested in teaching on Skillshare is to participate in discussions. Okay, there's multiple reasons that this is going to be beneficial. But especially if you're creating your first class or you're new to Skillshare, then you can just click on workshops, and then you can just find the teach challenge, and then join this teach challenge, and then post in the community here. This is going to help other instructors find you. It's also going to help you learn what other people are doing and what they're struggling with, right? You can develop a network here. And also, it's going to show Skillshare that you are engaging on their platform. The chance of you getting banned or getting in trouble is way less likely when Skillshare sees, okay, this person didn't just create a course just to sell it when they have other courses on other platforms. They are actually participating. They are posting, and they are actually taking courses themselves, right? So that is the main second point that I want you guys to understand, is to really participate in the discussions. And you don't have to talk about your course all the time. Just like, okay, every time you do something new, add it here. Be like, hey, I added this to my course and I'm almost done. This is what I'm working on. This is what I've been having trouble with. Boom, 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 boom. Add photos. People dig photos, guys. If you put a photo in a wall of text, that text gets read. Whereas if you don't have a photo, less likely to get read. People love photos. Use photos. But these discussions are super important, okay? So those are the 2 things that I've learned that are really important in this 30-day Skillshare challenge. Is 1, to focus on the project as a Skillshare instructor. That's really important. And 2 is to participate in the discussions. This is also super useful. All right, guys, I'm going to do a video where I actually string all of these together. So, okay, I need to take a step back. Sorry. See this? I have a virtual assistant, or a business partner, right? His name's Axel. And so to hold myself accountable, I watch this video, watch this course, and then immediately after finishing, I create a summary video on YouTube that I then share with my virtual assistant. Currently, these are unlisted videos, but what this means, one second, I have to copy this better. So then my VA gets a quick summary of what I learned from these courses and these YouTube videos, right? So we can see here, it's 6 minutes of me talking about what I learned from the YouTube video and what I learned from the course, okay? And that's it. So I will make a video that is literally just all of these put together in one, so it'll be like an 8-hour video. That's just an experiment. But yeah, that's everything that I've learned by week 2 of the 30-day Skillshare challenge. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!